Right, let me see if I'm not banned now.
Dorian Yates, one of the greatest Olympians of all time, 6 times. People showed up to the Mr. Olympia contest with hopes and dreams and desires and prayers and wishes and expectations of winning. And 6 times they were all denied by the one man they called the Shadow. Do you like terrible, barely articulated impressions of a universal but non-existent British accent? Well, you're going to get a lot of them from me today because we're reviewing Mr. Dorian Yates' Olympian training routines. We're going to try to be critical in a respectful way because when you win 6 Olympias, kind of earned infinite respect in a sense. We're going to have some jokes, all for the lols, folks, all for the laughs, all in good fun. Let's take a look at what Dorian Yates trains like. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
In professional bodybuilding circles,
Boljov started doing gym, you know.
I thought it was the Shadow. Fuck, what a terrible start.
That was because I brought a new level of muscularity, size, and condition to professional bodybuilding.
This is actually a really interesting point on sort of bodybuilding history. And in bodybuilding history, I know very little. If you want to learn a lot, Dr. Eric Helms and I believe Omar Isuf run a YouTube channel and podcast together where it's called Iron Culture, and they talk about bodybuilding history a ton. Eric Helms might know more about bodybuilding history than definitely anyone else, and maybe than is reasonable or necessary, but goddamn does he know his shit. So he could tell you a lot about eras and transitions and changes and emphases, but one thing I do know is that Dorian Yates changed the game in a big way for sure. He brought a next level of size, something that at the time, well later a little bit, was called 90s size. You just didn't see people that big in the 80s on average on stage. Lee Haney, who was the best of a generation and tied for the best of all time with 8 Mr. Olympias, dominated the 80s in bodybuilding. And from what I understand, he was on stage roughly 245 pounds or so. And Dorian Yates brought a 265 to the stage, and I think was a smidge shorter than Lee, and that's a big deal. But there's another deal. Dorian brought at that size a level of conditioning that you would see every blue moon from a bodybuilder that weighed 190 or 210 pounds. Dorian brought that, and he brought something a little bit more special.
Okay,
photos and videos don't quite do it justice from what I understand, because I've communicated with a few folks who saw it in real life back in the day. And even in photos, there was almost a new term invented for Dorian's appearance, his level of conditioning, which in bodybuilding circles just means how lean you are. It doesn't have anything to do with how many push-ups you can do and run the mile. His level of conditioning was termed grainy. It looked like he had sandpaper under his skin, and it also looked like he didn't have skin. It was just sandpaper. Wild. It was wild stuff. It was described by people who saw it in real life to be like, I don't even know what that is. How did that happen? Now, that combination of size and conditioning, size and leanness, brought Dorian home 6 Sandow trophies, 6 Mr. Olympia titles. But let's be completely frank here. Dorian Yates never had good proportions, quote unquote. Now, compared to regular human, unbelievable proportions, a god among men. But among the genetically gifted elite of the IFBB professional league at the time, and before and since, Dorian didn't exactly have standout structure. His waist wasn't super narrow, his muscles weren't super bubbly, and Dorian Yates' victories in that sense are a little bit special, because if you look at someone like Phil Heath, all due mega respect, one of the all-time greats, his size was ridiculous, his conditioning was next level, but his shape and structure were like, well, his nickname is the gift from God. So you can look at Phil and go, I mean, yeah. But you look at Dorian, maybe off-season, and, you know, it's not standing next to anyone. You know, he's a big dude. But look, it doesn't have, like, such a crazy shape. There were guys in the early 90s. Let's see if I can get a couple off the top of my head. Kevin Levrone, Sean Ray, Flex Wheeler, in a sense, Paul Dillette, Chris Cormier, I don't know how he says. And list goes on. These were shape gods, symmetry gods. They stand above everyone else. They're actually
That pisses me off.
multi-generational gods because before and since
No skin
it's
in the
rare
game,
to
but
see
everything
people
to
of
say
that
about
kind
it,
of
man.
shape genetics. And what was it that kept all of those guys from ever winning the Mr. Olympia? The answer is Dorian Yates never had amazing structure, but what he had was an unbelievable amount of muscle with the kind of conditioning that when he was on stage against the best in the world, there was Dorian, and there was kind of everybody else. In a certain sense, that happened a bunch. That's a magical, magical thing. Why am I making a big point of this? Because when you got all the tools and you win everything, people, yeah, it makes sense. But Dorian didn't have all the tools. But he made up for not having all the tools, all of the genetic structure, with, well, I'm pretty sure he out-trained everyone in a sense, and his dedication was super well known. He's that magical, very rare thing in sports, which almost never happens in sports, where grit and dedication and commitment and unfaltering loyalty to the craft, in some small sense, overcome some genetic disadvantages. And that's awesome. And I think why, in some sense, Dorian lives as kind of a spirit animal in all of our heads. So, in any case, this is all real deal.
And I did that by training average 45 minutes, 4 times a week, where many of my competitors were training 2 or 3 hours a day, around 6 days a week. "45 minutes, 4 times a week. I wonder if that includes warm-ups. I think Dorian emphasized recovery a lot, which is really good. I think that if he would have trained maybe a little bit more, maybe 5 days a week, maybe he could have been even better. And I know it's a little rude, which I understand.
This guy's a plop.
And,
he's a plopper, this guy.
It's a little confusing when some worthless nobody like me says somebody else 10 times better than me at the very thing that I want to be good at could have done it better. It's weird. It's a weird vibe. But it's also true. No one winner, no one champion, no one best of the thing at everything has all the answers. And we can all be wrong on stuff. There are many scientific things that I say that I went to school a long time for, which I think Dorian could probably correct me on. And I think that training 4 days a week is swell, but for muscles that recover much quicker, shoulders, biceps, forearms, sometimes calves, sometimes triceps, depending on how you train them, training more frequently might actually be a better idea. And all the muscles I just listed, specifically biceps and shoulders, were never really Dorian's strong suit compared to his competition. And maybe he could have benefited from training those a little bit more frequently. Muscles like the chest, back, legs, you smash them once a week like psychotically hard. It just takes that long for them to recover, where once a week training frequency works really well for them, especially when you're Dorian sized. You just need that recovery time. Can you intelligently train twice a week each muscle when you're Dorian sized? Yes, absolutely. But once a week also works super, super well. For smaller muscles that recover faster, maybe a bit more frequency would have been slightly more ideal. But you got to take that with the biggest grain of salt ever, because who the f am I? All right, blood and guts time.
In 13 years of bodybuilding, Dorian Yates has gained 70 pounds of muscle and made the journey from the back streets of Birmingham, England.
Oi, f***ing Birmingham, innit? Back f***ing streets, aren't they? I love the British criminal underworld references. I can't get enough. Scott, don't you feel like you're in like a, what's that shit you watch on TV? Peaky Blinders. All the way down. I know the shit's set in the 1920s or some shit, but to me, never changed. I love it. I can't get enough of this shit.
Each body part is trained every 6 days, using a 4-day split. He trains 2 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off, and then repeats this cycle.
That is a very interesting way of training, and I would say really smart. So it's an asynchronous split, which means your workouts don't line up to the week. Sometimes Sunday is off, sometimes Sunday is legs. But 2 on, 1 off is really awesome because you can go hard and get in that groove of training for 2 days, and then you get a rest day every other day or every 2 days, and it really heals you up in a huge way physiologically and psychologically. And so this is really, really awesome. And I guess if we're to believe that he did 2 on, 1 off, 2 on, 1 off, to me, that's actually a little bit more than 4 days a week of training. That seems to be more like 4 to 5 days a week of training. So a little bit higher of a frequency than mentioned elsewhere. But this sounds like a really smart split. I'm currently doing 3 on, 1 to 2 days off, depending on how recovery is going, and then 3 on, 1 to 2 days off using the RP Hypertrophy app. What do you get when PhD sports scientists train 3 days and I feel fucking amazing? I'll just train another 3 days. Sometimes I'll train 3 days and I feel, I need a day off. I'll take a day off. Sometimes I'll train 3 days and I'm like, dude, bro, what the hell? I'll take a day off and my body's still like, this ain't it. I need another day off. I'll take 2 days off. I'm really, really recovered, and then I go into it again. It works well. Give the asynchronous split some thought. We do, Scott's video guide, we do have videos about the asynchronous split, don't we? Yep. Google that shit.
You'll see Dorian's form is textbook perfect. He controls the weight on the way down, then pushes it back in a precise, non-explosive style.
Full control.
The narration is everything. It's like a Discovery Channel documentary. The female hyena pounces on her prey. Generally, I agree. This is really good stuff. Full range of motion, good control on the eccentric. Anything I say here would be super nitpicky, so this is great.
He uses a full range of motion on all exercises. His aim is to promote the greatest amount of stress on the muscle, not to exercise his ego by using immense poundages in sloppy form.
Smart. Real smart. Well, you know, it's funny when you get strong enough that 4 plates on the incline is considered not immense poundages. Wonderful.
Finish it? Yeah.
You guys notice, as the set progresses, the only change is the reps get a little slower. There's no technique change. There's no ego bullshit. There's no heaving. There's no hoeing. Well, unfortunately, there's no hoeing. All right?
Jesus
this is
Christ,
good stuff. This is proper training. All right, I'm going to go look at that again. I'm going to make an analysis.
Drive it up! Let's go! Let's keep... Drive! Again! Come on now, let's kick it! Finish it?
Yeah, because the spotter's hands are on the bar, it's tough to tell how close to failure that really is. But I think the spotter's really helping a little bit on that last rep, which means it's actually beyond failure, which is really dope.
I'd like to see this guy go and do what that guy's just done there. I just can't believe this guy
Dorian
at
kind
all.
of like reinvented and perfected training to failure and beyond. And I guarantee you, if you post this video today, some motherfuckers in the comments would be like, yeah, man, he had at least 2 reps left in the tank. Like,
this guy needs a mirror.
Of course he would say that. Click on profile, no picture, 0 posts, follows 800, has 1 follower. Thank you. You're not a human being. Folks, there is still more video to come. Don't click away. But if you want the extended edition of this video, raw, uncensored,
let's go!
If I had to be real persnickety, emphasizing the squeeze probably doesn't do a whole lot for muscle growth. It's an interesting variation you can try every now and again, but he's already hit incline, upper part of the pecs. He's hit a flat press, which is dope, whole pec.
Well, this guy,
and now he's doing a decline fly, which generally is good. He's using a really big full range of motion, big stretch at the top.
How can he fucking say that? Have you seen the shoulders on him? What?
Which is really awesome.
Bring in! Action!
Yeah, squeezing doesn't make that much of a difference, bro. Got traps like legs.
Let's do one more! One more! Come on, squeeze it all! Yeah!
I love it.
Nice.
Scott can't get enough.
It's so good. I can't.
It's so good. It's so good. You need an English man yelling at you in the gym, or you're just not growing as much as you could. So you guys saw Dorian had help from his training partner to do that full range of motion every single time. What we're learning recently in science, in the science of lifting and getting jacked, is maybe if Dorian wanted to go beyond failure, another interesting thing for him to try in a time machine, I'll take that back, for you guys to try in the gym, is instead of having someone help you lock that full shit out, when you can no longer lock it out, go as much as you can. And when you can barely move at all, then the set is over. Super failure integrated with lengthened partials. Partials at the lengthened muscle position, at the stretch muscle position, those seem to be superior for hypertrophy. They're going to be really fatiguing, but they might be worth it in your case, especially if you're small.
His dick fingers are bigger than his forearms, man. So this guy to have the audacity to think he actually knows what he's talking about. It's actually hilarious.
He's fucking big. Any? Ooh, incline curls.
Yes!
Yeah, it's not ideal. You can see he's hipping into it. I'm not mad at it, but less hipping into it would be good. This is a great movement. My recommendation for you guys at home is to take the incline bench and turn it literally down into a flat bench. Lay down on the flat bench and do the curls till the dumbbells touch the ground and come back up. You get even more tension applied at the stretch, which will grow your biceps maybe even a little bit better than the incline curl. The incline curl is a great exercise. I use it all the time. They can't all be the best exercise, but lying dumbbell curls is some shit you guys should give a shot to. It might be worth it.
Business as usual, man. Come on. Get in. I still you. Let's go again.
I gotta say, yelling at Dorian is hard work. Somebody's got to do it. Ooh, interesting. So we went to failure on the 2-arm version, and we know that there is a situation in human physiology in which doing one arm or one leg at a time can push you a little bit beyond what you would be maxed out with both. So now he's doing one arm at a time, which is really curious. I've never seen this before. And also notice that his breast is entirely out of his tank top. My God, somebody censor this video. All right, folks, let's do some take-home points. Because unlike most of our Hollywood training, which has no take-home points other than go home and shoot yourself in the dick, this has some interesting lessons in it. On the critical side, you might need more sets to failure or close than Dorian did, because once he got really, really big and strong, each set was so stimulative, he didn't need that many of them, nor could he recover from that many. You probably need more sets. That's the criticism. The things to take away that are really insightful here, there are a couple of them. One, Dorian did really good technique. Unless you think you got some kind of fucking ace of spades out on him, do good technique too, motherfucker. Because a lot of the people that treat Dorian as a spirit animal, rightfully so, for hard training, also suck dick at technique, and they're terrible. And it's like, but Dorian used good technique. Well, you don't think you agree with that part, but you agree with the fucking screaming? Get out of my face. Everyone needs to be doing good technique. It's more effective, and it's safer. I don't know what the argument is against that. I don't like to do it. Slow clap. Who gives a shit? You're after massive muscle gains. You're going to do what it takes, not what you like. Facts. As a matter of fact, from what I remember, there was a training style popular for a short time in the muscle magazines and among some pros in the 90s called instinctive training. They didn't really plan their training out. Didn't logbook anything. Dorian logbooked his whole career, from what I understand. And they would just kind of go in, and whatever muscle they felt like training, they would train it. And whatever exercises and loads they felt like using, they would use, which is unfortunately how a lot of bodybuilders train now. They could benefit from learning from Dorian. And they asked Dorian, what do you think about instinctive training? And he said something to the effect of, if I did instinctive training, I would be on my couch right now having a beer, because that's what I feel like doing. You got to do the shit that you need to do, not necessarily the shit that you want to do. Now, if what you need to do has some options, definitely choose the ones that are preferable to you. If you can either hack squat or leg press, yeah, you don't like leg presses currently, but you love hack squats, hack squat away to your heart's content. But you got to go hard. And if you don't feel like going hard, either take a deload or shut the fuck up about it. And that's really one of the main points of this whole video analysis. Dorian's trying. And then on top of that, he tries some more. And on top of that, when you think he's done, he's still trying. And then it's 4 steps and he's still trying. If relative effort, the ability to push yourself to your limits, is a problem for you, I only have one solution. You go on YouTube and you watch the Blood and Guts Dorian Yates training DVD from start to finish. And if that doesn't help you train harder, you're hopeless. Just pick up tennis or another hobby in which you don't have to go to failure. Anyway, I give Dorian Yates a legend out of 10 as my rating. And big ups, isn't that what they say? And if you know it, kingdom. Folks, if I'm ever in the UK again, please don't stab me. I know you guys are into that sort of thing. See you guys next time. All right, that was fun. Right over here, you're going to want to click on that video.
Definitely not, kid.
Just take a glance at the expressions on Larry Wheels' face in disbelief of the things coming out of this kid's mouth.
Rear delt being flips. I'm not sure how many I just did.
That's how you get bigger, that's how you grow strength.
Is being able to take, I would say necessarily a lot, but being able to do, okay, I can do this, so I need to go down. And that way, when I start with this one, I'm probably more likely to be able to get 4 range of motion and actually go from that.
This kid admits to being a skinny kid, only lifted for 3 years and achieved this status.
So, I mean, look, he can barely even hold the bar.
But look how crap his form and movement prowess is.
Maximizing his genetics. You guys have been hearing me talk about it.
Maximize your genetics.
Whenever, it's time to put in the work, that's where I kind of specialize, and I just lock in and just do what I need to do and more, you know what I mean?
Sure. Go. That's 5.
Lock in and just do what I need to do and more,
2 more. Oh, okay. Again. Again. Come on. Come on.
If you've ever seen bigger peaks than this, on anyone ever.
I can hear the keyboards click, 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 clattering.
Bro.
Let those comments pour in. Up next, Julian Fitzgerald, 18 years old.
Your conditioning right now is better than I had for my show.
Thank you. You just turned 19 years old.
I'm not even sure I want to give this guy airtime. At 18, my post-workout high-protein snack was a PB and jam sandwich.
I don't plan on hopping on any PEDs anytime soon.
Maybe you guys have seen him trending on Instagram.
And even his lack of knowledge on the own weights that he uses to get this big and bulky.
I mean, hey man, if you go for it, I'll go for it too. It's not supposed to be easy. Yeah, nah.
You don't think so?
Okay, totally is not adding up. Let's use Larry Wheels as our steroid punching bag, being totally open about it, and size this kid up next to him. Okay, look at that size with 3 years lifting experience. Very, very fishy. What do you guys think at home?
All right, hell yeah.
Perfect. Nothing too heavy, but just heavy enough to give you that pump.
Right now, how's that shoulder pump?
It's great, actually. It feels nice.
Good.
I don't think I've had one of these in a while, actually.
Just take a glance at the expressions on Larry Wheels' face in disbelief of the things coming.
Why is he just chatting shit then?
What did your nutrition look like back in the day?
High protein, in between 1 gram and 1.5 grams per pound of body weight. At some point it was up to 300 pounds, so it was like 450 grams a day. About 100 grams of fat, because you do need fat. And then carbohydrates, which is simply a form of energy. That's all it does. For me, I called that the sliding rule. So I've got my protein. Off-season, pre-contest, doesn't matter. I'm staying the same. I need the fats. Off-season, pre-contest, doesn't matter. Staying the same. If I want to gain weight or I want to lose weight, the sliding scale is in the middle. Increase my calories, a bit more carbs. Decrease it, a little bit less carbs.
What did your
Off-season, 200 grams of oats, 12 egg whites, 4 egg yolks, 2 bananas, breakfast. A couple of hours later, I'd just like a protein shake. And then about an hour and a half after that protein shake, then I'm in the gym training. After training, I'd have a shake with some dextrose and some whey protein, and I'd take my aminos and creatine and all at that time. Then I would drive home, and at home I'd have chicken or turkey breast normally, rice, vegetables, sleep, get up, another protein shake, some rice, a couple of hours, 3 hours later, maybe beef, sweet potato, veg. Night before bed, another 12 egg whites, yolks, oatmeal. Off season.
Gigs? Yeah. Okay. He's the one who could do things which no one else could do in training, still at old age.
What kind of thing? Have you got any examples of moments where he used that genius?
Yeah, well, he used to stick the goalkeepers all the time when he'd go to cross it, and he'd score in a post past him, no luck.
Gigs?
Yeah.
It does not matter if you train your triceps like this, like this, like this, or like this. Just kidding. Don't do this. This is really stupid. It makes absolutely no difference which bar or handle you choose to use with your triceps extensions. And the reason is supination or pronation of the palm does not affect your triceps. Look, the biceps supinates the palm. Your triceps have nothing to do with this. It does not matter if you train.
So, what is that video?
Can I have a full captain's breakfast?
Yeah.
Dumbbell row? I'm not a dumbbell row fan. You're not a dumbbell row guy. I get so much like weird cross abdominal like flexing. You know, if you want to do them, do them. I normally would not do them. Do you think your waist is going to get bigger? Could happen. You're loading yourself sideways. How different is this than this? Rows, I've been doing more chest supported. Yeah. Seated cable is different. Like I don't get so much erector. Yeah. But I used to try to like I could move it. Like 3 plates bent over was like a real actual good set, but I'm hitting my lower back so much.
Let back at the cup.
I'm trying to get wide up top.
Yeah.
I want this to stay the same or shrink.
Yeah.
But
mine grew over the years for sure. It's inevitable, but
That's
as little as
fine,
possible. Dumbbell.
What's the most push-ups you've ever done in a row?
I don't know. My son asked me to do 100. I knocked him. If it's 100, I don't know.
You did 100 in a row?
Straight? Oh yeah.
Wow,
that's a lot.
That's crazy.
I could do. Really?
I did
15.
75. I gassed out at 75.
Really?
Yeah. I did it on the show.
Oh,
Me
damn.
and Bert Kreischer had a little competition. I told him I could do whatever he did, I could do double.
Yeah.
No.
Whatever you do, I'll do double.
Don't say that.
How many can you do in a row?
Easy 40.
You don't think I could do 80? I think he did like 30 something.
World record is 1575 in 60 minutes.
But he's doing it in an hour.
The record's in an hour, Joe.
Oh, the
You gotta-
record's in an hour?
But Joe, to your point, he might not be doing like full extension. He might just
Right.
be going pumping.
Right.
Which is still tough.
Oh, it's still hard. But like if you're just doing this,
Way
like
easier.
some guys just do this,
Yeah,
they
way
really
easier.
move only like 6 or 7 inches.
Yeah.
What's the most push-ups you've
At the end of the day, low bar is always right.
By the way, who doesn't know, this is an old clip of Restream Pixel, and now he's reacting to himself back then. Look what he says. Look what he says.
Call Vive lazy one more time. Call them lazy one more time. When the updates, no updates, CSGO, ha ha ha.
I was the #1 Valve glazer, I'm not even joking.
That's respect. He's admitting his mistake.
At this point, I was so mad at the community, calling them lazy, because I thought they were cooking for the past 3 years. That's why we didn't get updates in CSGO. They were cooking CS2.
Listen, guys, everybody can make a mistake. I'm not here. I don't judge. Everybody can make a mistake.
Now CS2 has been out for 3 years, and those people should be cooking Counter-Strike too, no? You know what the source of the story is, bro? At the end of the day, low bar is always right.
By the way, who doesn't know, this is an old clip of
I'd just say to the Newcastle fans, be careful what you wish for, because I've heard this a few times now where they're booing, and you know people question Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe is one of the best managers in the Premier League, no doubt. I'd just say,
And Piers Morgan is like giga famous and he's rich, and his wife is still like Mr. Sudsmaxing.
What's Mr. Sudsmaxing?
That's the guy who comes over like when he goes on vacation. Yeah.
He's caught your saying.
And Piers Morgan.
Forget about leg extensions. Nobody gets big legs from leg extensions. Nobody gets big arms from doing cable curls. Nobody gets big chest from doing cable crossovers. It's all about the bench press and the big dumbbell incline press, right?
Yeah.
Same thing here. And I think legs is hard. That's why it's a separate sport in my mind. It's going to mess your nervous system up to the point to where you wonder why you wanted to go into sport in the first place. It's hard. It's downright, it will annihilate you. But then you push through it, you survive, and you deserve the legs you get from that. People think I used to like to squat. I like the feeling afterwards of doing it. But so many times when I did 50 reps, I was done. At 35, I can't believe I did 35. At 45, God was doing it for me. At 50, I was just in a different world.
Bro,
That's what
the
you gotta do.
humans from
Rest
like
is
the
gotta get hard.
60s to like the
You can't talk.
90s,
Everybody's
90s.
hurting, can't breathe.
Oh,
Take the belt off.
proper specimen.
You have to almost
What the fuck's happened to us? Maybe even before, from like the fucking 1900s.
Are you kidding me?
Premiership Team of the Season. Edwin van der Sar, Manchester United. Gary Neville, Manchester United. Rio Ferdinand, Manchester United. Nemanja Vidic, Manchester United.
Wait, what is this?
Patrice Evra, Manchester United. Steven Gerrard, Liverpool. Ryan Giggs, Manchester United. Paul Scholes, Manchester United. Cristiano Ronaldo, Manchester United. Didier Drogba, Chelsea. And Dimitar Berbatov, Tottenham Hotspur.
Wayne Rooney? What?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Premiership Team of the Season.
Oh, Wayne Rooney in that team? Is this? What the fuck is that?
Israel is declaring low munitions. Wouldn't it be interesting if Israel demanded more munitions from us and we refused and then they just pulled out of this? You think that's a possibility?
It's a possibility. I wouldn't put that past them at all.
There goes Rome.
Hey, you're on your own.
I mean, they would literally just say, you initiated it.
You started it. You go finish it. Yeah, I could see that.
Israel is
Is he wearing them on a fucking cable grip machine though? You're never gonna fuck your wrist up. You're never ever gonna fuck your wrist up on a grip machine. Beat this guy top. Oh my days, bro.
You have that room. I have unlimited money to go inside win. Can you bet this one hand? Well, dude, you have that room. I have unlimited money to go inside win.
Господи, да за что ж так? Боже мой, малютка, привет. Щенка на дорогу побежал. Иди садись, деткам, иди сюда, иди к деткам. Да ты какая мама хорошая, иди. Давай, родная, давай.
Anyone who knows Hani knows he's a crazy stress case sometimes.
I interviewed Mickey van der Ven about 2 months ago. He said that you did change towards the Europa League Cup final with United, that you did go more defensive, you played more pragmatic, and the players had a conversation with you about that. Just talk us through that.
Yeah, it's the old adage of
The people that I'm friends with are just the regular guys from the gym, and Mr. Schwarzenegger is friends with Rothschilds and people like that. So we're totally different, absolute opposite in personalities anyway. You know, I'm an introvert, Arnold's an extrovert. I don't have any ambitions of conquering the world or making my next 20 million or 30 million in a movie or going in politics or anything like that. What's my main purpose? To try and help other people along their journey. People are waking up spiritually and they're starting to ask all these questions, trying to make the world a better place. How do you change the world? We know about all this shit that's going on. People know the real situation in the world. They know it's a lot of illusion. They know things are being controlled. They know these excuses for wars and terrorism is false. They know that. But what can they do? Change yourself. You change yourself internally, you will change the world around you. And that's
Well,
C'est combien s'il vous plaît?
And he just flicks him.
Un autre, s'il vous plaît.
Oh, that's a bar. That's a that was good.
Netanyahu came out recently. He said, we are going to be a superpower in the Middle East and a superpower.
You might notice if you're doing upper body, you're doing some reps, and all of a sudden, like, it fails, yeah? Because it's very fast twitch, yeah? So it's explosive, fails, yeah? But on legs, it's like you squeeze one more out. You can squeeze one more out. You know, there's a bit more endurance in the legs, so that's why I work in a higher range. 12 to 15, I think, is ideal for your legs, yeah? Hamstrings, you can go heavier, lower reps because they're explosive, 8 reps on there. Calves, yeah, 10 to 12.
Come on, let him sit down, or they'll take him soon. Hone.
From my long experience in the gym, this is the tricep exercise I see done the most. Yet, I think it's one of the worst tricep isolation exercises you can do.
This might be surprising, but I actually agree. This is not a very effective way to train your triceps. If you just do them like this, though, then yeah, pushdowns are a pretty good choice.
From my
В камине в 6 утра фотография.
Game developers in the PS1 era were insane. Take Crash Bandicoot. The developers wanted massive jungle levels that felt seamless, but the PS1 didn't have enough memory to hold a full level at once. So co-creator Andy Gavin did something wild. He rewrote parts of Sony's software libraries so the game could talk directly to the graphics chip, squeezing out more performance. But that still wasn't enough. So the team turned the PlayStation CD drive into a second form of memory. Instead of loading the whole stage, the game streamed tiny pieces of the level from the disc while you ran forward, meaning the world was literally loading as you played. Game developers in the PS...
Did you miss your makeup appointment?
You've been in there for 2 hours. I'd say it's made no difference. Sorry, Jill.
Honestly, loved it. They came and were
Jill,
like...
you love meeting everyone. Honestly, I reckon you'd love to meet Jack the Ripper. You love meeting everyone.
Why do you use that analogy? Sorry, I couldn't think of anyone else. I don't think that'll make the cut.
No. Look, every time Jill meets, I met my hero. I mean, they all can't be your hero. No, I know it's lovely and I admire it, but they all can't be your hero.
Why do people sniff things before they eat them?
No. It's a long story, that, Joe. Jesus. What's Sorry.
In the charity game at the weekend, and Marlon Harewood absolutely smashed us.
Yeah.
He's big,
He's a
guy.
big
Yeah, he was a big old thing on Marlon.
I said, no, you have to.
What was the game like? Was it...
Right, you can't say that. It's got a...
Oh no, what was the game like? No, what's wrong with you? What was the game like? He smashed you. Again, what happened?
You can't say that. That's a
Please keep running.
That's a step to...
Rooney continues to get badgered by the home fans. It's all slightly frosty over that kick. Ronaldo. Oh, that's a late challenge by Rooney. How many times do we see such rash challenges by the young man? Finished up signing for United, of course. This is Ronaldo. Miscued it horribly. Ronaldo. That's better by Ronaldo. Running at pace. And the shot wasn't bad either. Flick on looking to release Ronaldo, who has the pace to keep the ball in play and then run it away from Hibbert. Skip away from onto it. Is Ronaldo for United? This is Ronaldo, faced by Hibbert. Held up well by Hibbert. Still the cross comes over and Valiant puts it home. Again taking on Hibbert. This time he's got the ball over. Crafting for his own good, Ronaldo. Has he won it back? Yes, he has.
What was that?
What's going to be like? Rooney continues to get...
A lot of misconceptions about my training. The first thing is that I used to call it the Dorian Yates one set training, like as if I just do one set per exercise. That's a bit misleading. I did pretty much refine it down so that I could do one set per exercise to failure. You know, the last set where I go right to failure. And if you do that correctly, I don't believe there's a reason to do another set after that. But to get to that point, obviously you've got to warm up. You know, you're going to go in the gym and start maxing out at 500 pounds on a squat or something without warming up. You've got to warm up a little bit, but not unnecessarily. So to give you an instance, I'll just choose chest training. I would do one set fairly light, and as a guideline, if you can figure out what you're going to max with, 6 to 8 reps, and then go 50% of that. So if you're doing 300 pounds on the bench, you want to be warming up around 50%, so like 150, and then around 70%, 210, and then the last set, you're nice and warm, everything's firing, and then you can go to failure. A lot of misconceptions about my training. The first thing is that I used to call it the Dorian Yates one set training, like as if I just do one set per exercise. That's a bit misleading. I did pretty much refine it down so that I could do one set per exercise to failure. You know, the last set where I go right to failure. And if you do that correctly, I don't believe.
Let me ask you something. Look at me in my eyes. Let me ask you something. You think I won't fight you until you think I'm scared of you or something? Is that what you think?
That's why.
Can you see fear? Can you see fear in my eyes?
Yeah, I think a guy who
can
has
you
to
see
fight
fear
me
in my
scared.
eyes?
You has to fight me, brother. Why would I think you're scared?
Bro,
of me?
we can get
But
it cracking
I'm
whenever, bro.
I'm
I'm telling you now, we can get it cracking whenever, bro.
Brother,
whenever.
do you think this is threatening me?
Yeah, and I'm not threatening you. I'm letting you know. We can get it cracking whenever. We can get it cracking whenever. Don't try and imply that I know nothing. You're a pussy, fam. Don't act like you're on job. You're not on nothing, bro. I'm telling you.
There's a reason
I'm
there's
telling
referees
you.
in the middle of my fights, bro.
You're not on nothing, bro. I'm gonna punch your fucking head in. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me.
He took me back to his.
If you train again before the body has completed both the recovery and the growth process, if you train again before the body has completed both the recovery and the growth processes, growth production will be compromised. Important here is the fact that the process of recovery alone may take up to several days or longer to be completed before the body even has the opportunity to start producing the growth that the workout merely stimulated. Please note the distinction between growth stimulation and growth production. And if the trainee works out again before the recovery process is completed, he will short-circuit the growth production process and merely start digging another hole. And if you train...
Stop doing dumbbell triceps.
The calves are the hardest muscle to grow, but scientists have recently discovered 3 solutions to their stubbornness. First, the standing calf raise is so insanely better than the seated calf raise. The gastrocnemius grew more than 10 times more with standing versus seated, and the soleus grew the same. That's because when you bend your knee, you reduce the stretch on your gastroc. But the key isn't that you're standing, the key is that you have a straight knee. Second, we all already knew that the calves need a deep stretch, but even more so than we realized. When you do calf raises, don't stop until you literally can't move the weight at all. This study found that the calves grew better from doing tiny partials beyond failure. Even 8th reps and 10th reps. Go until you literally can't budge the weight. Third, surprisingly, where you point your toes matters. Pointing your toes straight ahead hits the entire...
Most people don't need to train as much as they do. If you train easy and exercise, if you exercise, you need to train more often. If you're really training, really pushing the gas all the way down, if you're really intense with your training, the nervous system stress, the muscles. I train legs every 2 weeks at my best. Squatting twice a month, that was the most I could do and grow. People who squat every day, every week, twice a week, no wonder they can't grow.
But that was probably an intensity most people can't even imagine, right?
Exactly. Most people.
It's a mad, you know.
I will not compare. I think before, like the.
Ya no hay camino que recorra tu pasado, tan solo cicatrices de batallas por ganar. El tiempo dice quién se quedará a tu lado y quién dará la vuelta para nunca regresar. Toda persona tiene su forma de amar, pero pocas con amor y solo queda soñar. Lo que daría por llenar este lugar con el tacto de una flor y la música del mar. Cuánto nada cuesta tanto como tener el cielo entre mis manos y no ver a quién se va. Ya no hay camino que recorra tu pasado, tan solo cicatrices de...
If you can control the eccentric with 600 pounds, you're strong. There's no way around it. Pause, and then with leg drive, but with excellent technical execution, which would almost certainly pass pretty much every federation standards in powerlifting, full lockout. Oh, and Scott, do you usually, when you bench 600 for a close grip, do you usually unrack it and rack it yourself?
Oh, true. I didn't even think about that. That's like the hardest part.
Dude, that means if someone unracks for him, he's good for like 625 minimum. Like, unracking 600 starts to bleed energy out of you instantly.
Everybody's got a plan on to get punched in the mouth. They'd like...
On to the next one.
Did Chris stop at 29 arbitrarily because he felt bad for me? Yes. Was I kind of low-key proud of my 30 that I did? Yeah.
And I think in a sense we all learned something today. Winning.
This is no regulation, so you can't take it.
Oh, what? Sorry, what?
Or by batteries.
No batteries.
No.
No.
Umbrella.
What?
Umbrella.
Umbrella? I don't have an umbrella.
Hurrah.
Oh, wow. Cool. Thank you. What?
So, yeah, why am I doing this and I'm not doing this? Because this is a very short range of motion. Also, I'm putting the biceps in a weaker position. So if I go here, much bigger range of motion, biceps in a better position. You don't ever need to do this fucking exercise. Waste of time. Put your hands here. Pull. Squeeze. Control. Keep the chin up, keep the head up. Pull. Okay?
So why Scholes? You've talked about Ronaldo. Why Scholes?
He's just Paul Scholes. I used to watch him. I used to study Scholes because I knew I was going to go back and play midfield at some point in my career. So I used to watch him. And
what's his greatest attribute?
Composure. He's never been quick, Scholes, even when he was young. But you can't get near him.
It's mad, that, isn't it? When you say that.
You can't get near him.
Explain why you can't get near him. Like, break that down for me.
Because he steps ahead. When you said earlier on about me having this football IQ, and I used to lie there, the Queen's Gambit, the chess thing. I used to lie there, not see a chessboard, but almost like that, and see the game. So I always used to think I could anticipate 2, 3, 4 passes ahead, so I can put myself in a position where I know the ball's going to come here in 10 seconds time. So you get yourself in a position where you've got time and space. I think Scholes is 2, 3 steps ahead of me on that.
Wow.
The worst protein in the world.
Every show, we guest pose and then we go out after to the city, and I remember
I read everything that Mike Mensah wrote in the magazines and then got to meet him when I came out here. We discussed training and so, okay, what are you doing? I'm warming up, whatever it takes, a couple of sets. I'm doing a set to failure, and then I'm resting 2 or 3 minutes, dropping it down 10% maybe, and going to failure again. So I'm hitting that nail in twice just to make sure it's in there. So Mike said, why don't you try cutting back to 1 set to failure? So I started that around 91, 92, and I feel like I got another level of growth. So people say, oh, Dorian doesn't do HIT. I don't know what category we want to put it in, but it's probably somewhere between conventional bodybuilding and the extreme of HIT that Mike Mensah was doing and Arthur Jones, which would be perfect for the average person. I mean, Arthur Jones was doing like a whole body workout a couple of times a week. That was his initial recommendation. And I agree, for the average person, that's great, because you want to build a certain level of muscle mass for your health.
I can't hit my protein!
200 grams of Parmesan, 200 grams of blue cheese.
I'm seriously worried about you, Kai.
1,600 calories, 110 grams of protein.
Do you not care about your health?
He's in on it. They're both in on it now, the parents.
Secondly, stop filming. Why are you doing this in our house? You've got your own place now.
Protein! Let's see how easy this is. Oh, it stinks of a stinky cock.
He's a sick guy, this guy. My protein!
Last bite. Just the rind left. I can't eat that.
That's disgusting.
You have no
I can't hit my protein!
200 grams of Parmesan, 200 grams of blue cheese.
I'm seriously worried about you, Kai.
1,600 calories, 110 grams of protein.
Do you not care about your health?
I know. Firstly, you're a mum eating all that cheese, mate, because it's damaging. Secondly, stop filming. Why are you doing this in our house? You've got your own place now.
Protein! Let's see how easy this is.
You can tell this guy's not on steroids as well, because he's been gymming it up for time, and he's not massive.
That is the most disgusting thing I've ever tasted. Last bite. Just the rind left. I can't eat that.
That's disgusting.
You have no excuse.
This is what caught my attention, this video here, okay? 15 years old before lifting is the caption, but then we look at his physique, okay? A couple years later, 3 years later, look at this fucking physique, bro. 3 years later, okay, you can see the back knee from his gear use, but the size, dude. He was 17 in this fucking video. 940.
I fell out with the boss when, you know, I win like the best left back, and you remember.
Jill, the only clip that I could possibly pick was the one that
Roy made.
Let's have a look at it.
It was you.
It was
It was you.
Most of the world have
honestly
seen.
meant what was the score in the game.
I was playing the charity game at the weekend and Marlon Harewood absolutely smashed us.
Yeah.
He's big guy.
Yeah, he was a big old thing on Marlon.
I said, no, you have to.
What was the game like? Was it...
It's such a powerful image.
That makes us not give a crunch.
You should be medicated. Fuck you, Brennan. I know you touched my drum set, and I want to hear that dirty little mouth admit it. You get out of my face.
Jump in the gun, yeah, like I do it for fun. You act like you do it for real, but no, you not on the rise, you never can come. Decided this good we run, decided this where we run, we do it for us. No, I'll fuck with one of them at all, won't function at all. No, I'm picking the calls, I don't like it all. I can't want to see you fall. I keep on chasing the highs, I know
shit's hard to do.
And I got eyes on the back of my head, I got eyes everywhere, so I know where you go. I can drop ties in this bitch, drop like flies in this bitch. I put ties in this bitch.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so everything we did was down and back, yeah? Down and back.
Yeah.
Down and back. And we're moving close to the body like that. So we were primarily targeting the lats. Now we're going to shift to the upper back, right? So now we're going to do pull, and we're going to let the elbows come out, right? So now we're going to be working mid-trapezius, rhomboids, and so on. More. You know, you don't totally isolate muscles in the back. They all work together to some degree, but I'm talking about emphasis, yeah? So. So we're going to let the shoulder girdle go forward. You see a lot of people do this, yeah? I don't want to do that. Keep the body here. Stretch.
I just have 2 double Whoppers, completely plain.
No cheese?
No nothing, just meat, bun, and ketchup. If I get cheese max, I'm gonna lose it.
But do me a huge favor. His order, can you put it in a separate bag? And for sure, no cheese, please. Emphasis.
I just have
Barcelona game.
Mike Mentzer's advice on diet. What? Motherfucker was around in 1982. I don't give a fuck what someone from 1982 said about diet. I'm sorry. Are you really interested in how a 1976 Ford Mustang works? It's got shit gas economy, shit 0 to 60, shit everything. It fucking weighs a ton. It pollutes the fucking world around us. I want a Tesla, goddammit. I want the modern shit. Who am I compared to Mike Mentzer? Well, I'm bigger and stronger than Mike Mentzer. I'm more educated than Mike Mentzer. I know more things than Mike Mentzer. That's it.
Okay. First of all, I hope that you're being like humorous. Otherwise, I fear for your eyesight, because obviously your physique's nowhere near Mike Mentzer. Even with all the PEDs that you're taking, maybe you just need to ask yourself whether it's worth it, mate, because a bag of shit that gets bigger is just a bigger bag of shit. You know what I mean, mate?
Destroyed.
Bro just trying to be a good father. Mama Jaguar said we just had them. Poor mom's stressing. Dad parenting skills are the same across species. Bro just trying to be a...
Paddington just tipped $5.
It's crazy he has your picture on his shirt, Diddy Booty Jacks.
You guys are a piece of shit. You're extremely predictable. Awesome, predictable. That's good.
You are literally deleting 50% of your progress by making this one mistake. Stop letting gravity do the work for you. You see, muscle growth does not mostly happen when you lift the weight up. It happens when you lower it down. Inside your muscle fibers, there are millions of tiny hooks that grab onto each other, acting like Velcro. When you lift the weight, these hooks work together to shorten the muscle. But when you lower the weight slowly, you force those hooks to hold on for dear life while they are being ripped apart. This tearing process creates the most micro damage, which is exactly what triggers your body to rebuild the muscle stronger. But when you drop the weight fast, those hooks disengage. You lose the tension and you lose the growth.
Lowering the weight under control is important, but not for the reason this AI-generated slop is saying. The idea that the eccentric builds more muscle than the concept.
I am the answer to
protein, building blocks of muscle, and protein supplement is a supplement I've always used since I started training because we need to get a high level of protein for optimal results, around 2 grams of protein for each kilo of body weight. And you can get it through solid food, but it's very difficult. I remember when I started training, I was working a job and I was busy, and it was difficult to get that amount of protein from solid food. So a protein supplement is something that I've always used and recommend. And of course, be careful with the quality because the products out there with heavy metals in the protein and so on, you're not going to get that with DY, as we are pharma grade company. So protein, whey from DY.
You ready for this?
4 of the strongest men alive took on one of the most unusual challenge. Whoever could roll it the thinnest would win.
Frying pans. Oh. So the main trick, you be fast with it. It's going to bend faster and easier. Oh. Well, that's about it for me. You done? Yeah. Right, O-burst. Not a bad effort, buddy. 15.5 inches. Right, 10, just a speck over 10.5. Let's say 10.6 inches. Brian Shaw. Right, 10.2 inches. So in order for me to win this, I've got to beat 10.2 inches. Whoa! 9.4! Oh yeah! You got a good drink there. Tastes like victory. You ready for this?
I can't hit my protein! 50 meatballs! 3,000 calories! 250 grams of protein!
You will be ill, stupid. You can't eat that amount, Kai. That's ridiculous.
I can.
We got people coming in the next 5 minutes, so just stop filming.
Tell the people to wait!
250 grams of...
I can.
We got people coming in the next 5 minutes, so just stop filming.
Tell
Looks a bit like
people to wait!
He looks a bit like my dad, that guy.
250 grams of protein. This is gonna be so easy.
I think my stomach shrunk from cutting.
Finish it. Leave it.
No, I've got to do it.
Wait, he had a strawberry.
Just giving Bonnie Blue a run for her money. The last meatball. 49 meatballs.
I can't hit my protein!
I was off these videos.
Meatballs! 3,000 calories, 250 grams of protein!
You will be ill, stupid. You can't eat that amount, Kai. That's ridiculous.
I can.
We got people coming in the next 5 minutes, so just stop filming.
Tell the people to wait! 200.
If you're serious about boosting your testosterone levels and you want 75 grams of protein in one meal, you absolutely need to try this one. This meal will give you less than 11 grams of carbs, minimize insulin spikes, and give you...
If you set the cable up high, grab the rope like this, and push down in front of you, you'll hit the lateral head and medial head of your tricep.
No.
If you put the rope down here, face away from the rope, and extend above your head, you'll hit the long head of your tricep.
No.
If you get rid of the rope, grab the cable by the ball and extend back, you'll hit the long head of your tricep.
No. I mean, this will hit the lateral and medial head, but it still hits the long head too, and this will hit the long head, but it also hits the medial and lateral head, and same deal here. It is true that compound pressing movements bias the lateral and medial heads with...
Why do you think she's a lesbian now? Are you dating
Can't
women
stand
at all?
that.
Well, the other night,
Stupidly
it's 3 in the morning. I look at the
descriptive.
driveway, and there's another car that wasn't there before.
Interesting.
I'm looking at the car. I'm like, who the fuck? So I texted her. Lulu's over.
Yeah, Lulu's over. At 3 in the morning.
At 3 in the morning. And
We're just friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they say. He's my roommate, Dad.
But they were out partying, I think.
This young man comes into the gym, and he's never touched a weight in his life. And I put him in a bench press machine to test his strength. Why a machine? Because I'm testing his strength, not his skill. Either he can raise it or he can't. Either he can lift it or he can't. He doesn't have to balance it. He doesn't have to have the technique. He doesn't have to hit the groove. I don't care about his skill. I want to test his strength. And we find that he can lift 100 pounds once in the bench press, but just barely. Now we rest him 10 minutes and we give him 105 pounds, and he cannot move it. Too heavy. Well, we rest him 10 minutes, and now I lift the weight for him into this position, the mid-range position, and I hand it to him, and I say, now hold it in that position if you can. And he tries, and he succeeds. He could not lift it to that position. He cannot raise it any higher, but he can hold it motionless. How much force is he producing? 105 pounds. How do we know? Because if he was producing an ounce more than 105 pounds, the bar would go up. And if he was producing an ounce less than 105 pounds, it would come down. So it's not more than 105, and it's not less than 100.
David Beckham, Gary Neville, Philip Neville, Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs, Nicky Butt. And he was put in the middle of all these unbelievably...
You were sending explicit pictures of your private parts to her?
I've sent one, and I had a bad day at work. So when I was really at the bottom.
You had a bad day at work, so you send her an explicit picture of
She
your...
was asking me to.
No, I was not.
Yes, she was.
No, I wasn't.
Then she got me arrested for harassment and all that 9 weeks ago.
Why did she get you done for harassment?
Because I was harassing her all the time.
Everybody else because of what?
I might catch something off her because she goes round sleeping with other people. No, don't! Who? Me?
To God, it isn't your baby. Because she's damn right. You, a father... Can you spell father, by the way?
F-A-R-T-H-E-R. Can you spell...
Thank you very much. You could be as good a father as you are envelope collector. The world will be open.
Yeah, what? Frighten me up.
You were sending...
Absolutely this.
36 pigs in blankets, 120 grams of protein, 3,400 calories.
You're an idiot, you are. That's really bad for you. That's carcinogenic.
Mum, it's muscleogenic. I don't care what it is, hurry up, eat it and get out. What? Because you feel inferior to a man with big muscles? Let's see how easy this is.
I'd smash them. No problem.
Have a sausage. Dad, you're on a cut, go away. Oh, one little sausage ain't gonna make any difference, is it? Go away. I feel sick. To be fair, I'm used to handling a bigger sausage than this. Liar. Any difference, is it? Go have a sausage. Dad, you're on a cut, go away. Oh, one little sausage ain't gonna make any difference, is it? Go away. I feel sick. To be fair, I'm used to handling a bigger sausage than this. Liar. Final sausage. 36 pigs in blankets. You have no excuse.
Watch the effect of cayenne pepper on human parasites under the microscope. What happens once it's applied is truly unbelievable. You don't need a robot voice explaining.
How staged were the car versus random thing races? Editing always made them seem close, as is the job of editing. But his memory always had enough, blah, blah, blah. How staged were they?
Oh no, I mean so I think probably the Aston, because he's talking about those ones where it's like car versus train.
Train,
and stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So the Aston one, yeah, Jeremy got there quite a bit before, because if you watch the closing piece to camera where he's leaning on the car outside a bar, I think he might have a glass of wine in his hand. He's, I think, visibly pissed in the British sense of the word, because he sort of goes,
It's a proper pucker, 100% real, fabulous, glorious, exquisite, magnificent Aston Martin.
like, oh my God, he's like 9 drinks in, because he had been waiting ages and editing made it seem a bit closer. But then, was it the follow-up where they went to a ski resort and it was Ferrari versus Train?
612, I think.
Yes. That, he went past them in the street as they were running to the finish line. That was absolutely legit. And that was, and we couldn't believe our luck.
How staged?
Gabby, speak. Good girl.
Ready? Hey. Boom. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, buddy. What you want? You want some food?
Oh.
No.
Oh.
The gear that you've used over the time, what showed you the greatest benefit? Trenbolone, by far. Whether it was for body composition or getting stronger, Trenbolone got me the most dramatic results in the shortest amount of time. What I learned later on in my life is that I didn't need to use it for as long as I did to get those results. When I first started experimenting with it, I would run it for 8 to 12 weeks. And then by the second week, the sides come on full steam and you feel terrible, insomnia, anxiety, skin. The night sweats. Waking up in a pool of sweat. What I later on realized, because of someone called Mark Boyd, he'd said, hey, just use it 3 days before your biggest lift. And I did exactly that. My strength went up 7-8% in just 3 days, I believe, from using, because it worked so fast. The gear that you've used over the time.
In a squat, in the low position, the force is not quite, the direction of the force is not quite that bad. The force is this way, but the force is a hell of a lot higher. The result is the same thing. If you go too far back in a leg extension with a heavy weight, you'll destroy your knee. You go too low in a squat machine, in a squat with a barbell with a heavy weight, you'll destroy your knees. But you can get in that dual squat machine and put your knees behind your ears, and you won't hurt your knees. In a
She's a scam. She's no gold. Don't take my gold. I said don't want to see me no more. It's pointless you racing me because I know.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing though. Like,
Yeah, he said
they really do. Why the fuck would you grab my noodles? Is you fucking dumb?
What? Look at that.
Dear basketball. Started rolling my dad's 2 shots. Shooting the bag.
Mom!
Yo, Amos, you want some Swedish fish?
What the fuck?
Hey. Oh.
That's a supreme par. Wait, what?
Guess what?
What? What?
What's the
worst animal to get stung by? Winner
Okay.
moves on. The bullet ant or the lionfish?
Ooh, both bad, but bullet ant is called a bullet ant because it said that the pain is that bad, so bullet ant.
Bullet ant or cone snail?
Cone snail's life-threatening, so cone snail.
Cone snail or the death stalker scorpion?
I keep thinking nothing's gonna top it. Death Stalker.
The death stalker scorpion or the Asian giant hornet?
Oh, definitely Death Stalker. Way worse venom.
The death stalker scorpion or the Portuguese man of war?
Gonna be Death Stalker still.
The death stalker scorpion or the blue ringed octopus?
Ooh, blue-ringed octopus. Doesn't sting you, bites you on a technicality, but that's worse, so blue-ringed octopus.
The blue ringed octopus or the box jellyfish?
Ooh, winner has got to be the blue-ringed octopus.
The blue ringed octopus or a fire ant?
Definitely blue-ringed octopus, doesn't even compare.
The client you were working with was doing 3 sets. Is that 3 sets per body part or 3 sets?
Sets total for everything.
What would be an example of that, to break it down a little more specifically?
He would do a set of squats for his lower body, a set of pull down, close grip underhand pull down for his back.
Let dickhead.
Cool. Here we go.
This is where he nearly died, I think.
Hammond, you idiot! You reversed into the sports lorry! No, my lorry. You've broken it.
I didn't know genuinely that was an accident.
We're actually going
The
to
first
look
one's
at
a
William
mad crash.
Baker's 475-pound sack lift.
This legendary lift shocked the world in the early 1890s, but something about it didn't add up.
In the 1890s, you'd have to have a bag kind of this size to make it small and compact enough that he could actually lift it. I just don't see how that could happen. William Baker wasn't that big of a guy. It's very, very outlandish to think that he actually picked up and carried a 475-pound sack. I'm saying 475 is fake. We're actually going to look into
Giant on Sama. Giant on Sama.
Timu woke me up and I knew I should have stayed awake.
What'd you say?
I called Timu, but he woke me up.
You had your door open.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, period. I should probably get up. That's when I was.
I had to walk by the
Female
hallway. I
accent's
felt
me.
bad because I looked and she's sleeping, and I'm like, Jimmy. Oh, your girl. As its name suggests, this fishing cat spends its days hunting.
Hey,
Hello, sweetheart. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Why are you walking through the door like that?
Well, because obviously I'm not going to fit normally, am I? You're looking good, though.
Oh, I've just completed my PhD in biomedical science.
He's a joker, this guy.
Come here. Come on, I'm in the window. Oh my god. Look at the size of me. Do you see that? Look at this. You excited?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Need to track my macros. I'm bulking. What now then? Want to go do a bit of cardio?
No.
Use Coconut My Protein then.
Go away.
My father has been
I was doing everything in my power to get rid of water. No matter what I did, it wouldn't come off. I'm getting 5th place, 6th place. Everybody's beat me, and Kevin.
What's up, guys? DY.
The handshakes came in. So the handshakes.
I was watching Dela up front and Garnacho on the wing, and I was like,
That's it. That's fucking it.
Did I earn the shirt?
Yeah, you can wear the shirt with honor.
He says I earned the shirt.
We're gonna
I can't tell whether or not Dorian put this on the back or whether or not my fans did it, but it says, I think that's a message from the universe.
The idea is to say less and fucking do more. Yeah? That's what it's all about. Less talking, more work. You feel good now?
I feel great.
2.5 kilos of baked beans. 2,000 calories. 120 grams
She
of
acts dead.
protein.
She loves it really.
This all started, you know, when you hit your head. I think
Mum,
something wrong with
this
you.
all started when I hit my bicep.
That should be the last one here.
Dad, if you took a grams of protein.
This all started, you know, when you hit your head. I think
Mum,
something wrong with
this
you.
all started when I hit my bicep.
That should be the last one here.
Dad, if you took a leaf out of my book, maybe your biceps would be this big.
And if you took a leaf out of my book, maybe you'd have a bloody brain mate.
This is gonna be the easiest thing in the world. Okay, I think I might have underestimated this a little bit. It's gonna be worth it for the gains. Look at the gains, Kai. The last mouthful. 2.5 kilos of beef. Good Kai at Young LA.
Comes the last one. Pull it in. Let it go.
Honestly, I wonder if this machine that gives you that dumbbells, if you reach failure, maybe it could be dangerous to crash and hurt your shoulder. I don't know. It's 115 pounds.
Give a f if she's with her boyfriend and wearing jeans and still that. Oh, I'm on the phone. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I've been trying to f a dude recently. I don't care if she's trans. I already blew the one in my car, Mom. Mind your business, jackass. I don't care if she's pregnant. That's just double XP, bro. What did he say? I don't care if she takes sped classes. I'm still f***ing that shit. I don't care if she's Arab. I'm gonna blow that back out like a U.S. airstrike. Give a f if she's with her boyfriend and wearing jeans and still that.
Well, I hope we can do a few exercises together. Little shoulders and little arms or something like that.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I don't want to grab me a pre-workout right quick and I'll be there. How many reps you doing?
I do around 10, 15, whatever.
Okay.
Look at those deltoids. They're pumping up while you're moving. I can see you getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You must have had a special drink before you did this exercise.
Yeah, I call it yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Okay. Well, I hope we can do a few exercises together.
Do you guys want to hear what was discovered in Russia in 2011? Kara Hora Shaft, and it was discovered by Arthur Zhemukov. Discovered it at the top of the Kara Hora mountain. He was up there and discovered just this small hole and looked down, and it was this deep, narrow, vertical shaft.
These are the chest exercises I like to do as a 38-year-old just trying to get relatively jacked and strong. Now, I always prioritize full range of motion and trying to control the weight. At the moment, I'm hitting 6 reps on this. I'm trying to get up to 10. Unfortunately, there aren't any heavier weights in my gym, so 50 kg is the limit for me at the moment.
Good.
I never do flat barbell bench and incline on the same day, as I like to lift heavy. And then for the lower chest, I like to hit some weighted dips. Here we've got 60 kg. Also very good for the triceps. These are the chest exercises.
Proper, that's proper weight
Top
training.
5 most difficult sports if you've never done it before to do. Number 1, fishing.
Fucking fishing? All you do is put a rod in.
Oh, it's not fucking hook a duck at first. We just go down and go and get a fish out like that. How many fish have you caught?
Quite a few.
Bollocks. Surfing.
I can surf. Just putting it out there now.
No, but I'm saying the first time you went on a surfboard, no lessons, could you stand on it?
Yeah, I fucking do jumps and all sorts.
Fucking, why do we even bother?
Yeah. I'm going to put mine out there. I don't know what it's actually called, but you know that cross-country skiing when you got to do a shoot after it?
We can all jump on skis and walk.
You
and
fucking
shoot
can't. You can't jump on a ski. I challenge you to jump on a ski next week. We'll do a podcast next week from Chill Factor. Watch Paul Scholes. Watch Paul Scholes. No, you couldn't. Watch Paul Scholes break his fucking neck.
I say that you can walk.
You pair of bellends.
No,
you
and
could
you should go that.
You try and walk
What,
up
downhill?
it.
On a slope?
No, not downhill, not bed.
You're telling me if they had a pair of skis here and I watch that door, which is what, if anyone watching this, there's a door behind that camera.
And you've never skied before. Have you ever put skis on?
25
Have you ever put skis on?
Never.
Well, I'll bet you now then. We'll go and do it next week, me and you on our own.
Hang on a minute.
I bet you.
We're on about this room.
Well, there's no fucking snow in here, so we can't do this room. We have to go to Chill Factor.
No, it's changing it
No, we
now.
didn't mention the snow.
Well, why the fuck would you have skis on with no snow?
Top.
If you work in an environment with people or your friends or your workplace or whatever don't align with your values, let's say you're married to your wife and your highest value is your relationship and you love her and that's huge. But when you go hang out with your friends and at work, the guys there are like talking about other women and they have wives too, but they're not really loyal.
Who you with?
Well, you know I'm the hardest around town.
Realist, in it. I was on the block because I was suspended, niggas.
Magnus, I've got something to psych you up. Ready for this?
Yeah? Smelling salts? No.
No.
What would you typically drink?
Beer, but they don't serve it here.
What beer would you choose?
Guinness goes with everything.
Guinness goes with everything. Who are you talking to? Where's Andrew?
He's dreaming again.
Our producer.
Sometimes we get sent old.
It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life.
What do you think about this executive order? 18th of February invoking the Defense Production Act to boost domestic glyphosate production, critical to...
I will come back for you, my son. Born in the dark.
What the fuck is that posture though?
I will come back for you, my son. Born
I ain't 220.
I will come back for you.
Under my belt now 5, but I've only turned pro in January.
How many fights you get a year?
Well, I'm thinking 8 fights this year, 8 fights next year, and then we'll see where we come up with. But I want 8 quality fights, not 8 bumps. You know what I mean?
Any fight you fight is quality, because anything can happen in here.
Yeah, of course.
Anything, bumps, heads, anything.
Of course, you can learn from it.
There's no such thing as bumps. I used to say people are bummed, but then when I made that comeback to box exhibition, I realized there's no bump. That's hard work.
You can learn from every fight, innit?
Huh?
You can learn from every fight.
I can learn mostly from losses.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.
It's an honor, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm the 21st most streamed streamer in the world. I am the third best streamer in England. Ryan Taylor who? J200 who? Clark King who? Ed Matthews who? Go fuck about. I'm the 20.
Jesus.
390 pounds for 45 seconds straight. Can you imagine?
Oh, each one of those is 390. Oh my God. And he's using straps just to get that extra crazy trap tension. Here's the thing. This is really smart. Because your hand strength is a limiting factor, a lot of times farmers carries don't push to the very limits your ability to stay upright using your back, legs, and especially your traps and shoulder complex. So by strapping into this exotically super way over the top heavyweight that really not a lot of people, maybe no one, can actually do with their own hands, he's getting that crazy way over the top training for those yoke muscles, for that postural musculature, so that when he goes back to regular farmers carries, his hands are the only limiting factor and he can move quickly and be confident. This is really smart. It's just going to make you better at that core movement.
These are moments when artists get shocked.
HS Tiki Toki is one of the main villains in the new Louis Theroux man.
Why are people so complacent with their...
That's what I mean. His arms are like the same size as mine right now. His forearms are definitely way bigger, but my arms are about that right now. I mean, he was a super jack cunt back in the day.
The only time I ever really seen Book out of his mind, they would bring coolers into the dressing.
Right, I'm getting off anyway. I'll be back on after my stream, after my gym session.